For a woman who, for a woman who has
Yeah.
cultural barriers,
Mm,
it's the setting in which you're brought up,
that's right.
and it's been prescribed. You cannot do this. You cannot go here. You cannot speak up.
That's right.
That is quite a huge barrier. How
Yes.
do you break through that? Because
Mm.
there are barriers in several folds.
That's right.
Just looking at the cultural aspect of it for this
That's
one.
right. That's right. Let me give an example
Right.
of something we are used to. I'm going to divide this into like 4 segments. I'm going to talk about the resource, the barrier, the system, and the result.
Right.
Let's look at the example of a dam. When a river is flowing, that is a resource. But then the principle of the dam is that they put a barrier, a limitation on the flow of the river. Now that looks like a misfortune or an unfortunate thing. But then when they put the limitation there, they create a system. Then the system then makes the limitation begin to generate energy to light up the place, electricity. And so when you encounter a limitation, you need to create a system that will cause the limitation to release your energy to success or to succeed. And so that is why I was saying that the unlimited woman recognizes her limitations as the key to unlock her unlimitedness, because this is it. The reason when you study people who have invented things, they recognized a limitation. But the limitation did not put them down. They decided to find an answer, a solution to that limitation. And so if you're a woman who has cultural limitations, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, you cannot do this. That is I'm going to say this advisedly, but that is, in quotes, the best place to be to unlock your ability.
In that place where you are limited.
Yes. That is because the grounds have been set for you to push yourself out of yourself. If you don't put a tea bag in hot water, you will not get the tea. And so it is uncomfortable, but then that is actually the key to unlocking your unlimitedness. So you have to then begin to find out, what can I do here? What do I have here? And what can I do with what I have to get what I want? Positively, of course. You get it? There's the story of a little girl in Jewish history or the Bible, those who read the Bible, and she became a captive. They say that she was taken a captive to Naaman's house, the commander. So a great country goes to war and takes prisoners of war or something. And then she's in the house of this general, and the general has leprosy. And she notices it, a little girl. She's in a limitation, but she doesn't allow her limitation to limit her. I don't know how she did it, but then she speaks to the general's wife that if my master will go to so and so in Israel, his leprosy will be solved. That is a girl who has limitations, but then begins to break out of her limitation and solve a problem, a national issue. Trust me, if the general of a country has a problem, I think it's a national security matter.
Right.
So the issue is that as a woman, then you have to begin to understand that my limitation is the key to unlocking my unlimitedness. So it requires that you start believing that you can be unlimited. You start believing, it starts with a belief that I can become unlimited. Yes, I'm seeing this problem, but the problem is actually not the problem, but the way I see it. I think our problem is not, perception is what defines problems. Someone can see a problem and say, of course, yeah, we have that thing. They say, oh, this is half empty, this is half full. So the problem, the limitation can be there, but the way you perceive it is what makes the difference. It is what will help you to make a difference.
Right. Talking about limitations, let me
Yep.
move on to another area, organizational,
Okay.
where people have said, or professional experts have have said that, look, women are not able to stay long enough in the workforce to get to the top.
Okay.
And probably that's why they don't get there. Or even if they are there, they don't get promotion opportunities as many would.
Okay.
So if you're in an organization and your promotion is being stifled and you're not moving, yet you're working hard. A
Excellent.
typical example
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
How do you, like you're saying, not allow your limitation to be,
Yeah.
to limit you?
Yeah. You know, when you keep pouring water into a can, just you keep pouring, very soon it will overflow. And when it overflows, it begins to pour. And if it's in the room, you're pouring, you keep pouring, it will begin to seep under the door, and those outside will begin to see that there is water overflowing inside the room. If you are doing something and someone is locked you in the room, keep pouring. Keep pushing yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Very soon, you will begin to, your essence, your smell will begin to invade the whole atmosphere and begin to go out. If you're not appreciated where you are, someone else will appreciate you. So that limitation is an opportunity to go higher. Okay, I'm not being appreciated yet, but I'll still keep pushing. I'll still keep going. I'll still keep going. A problem will arise, and you will be the one who will be able to solve it. And that will be the opportunity for you to go. So, yeah, it's good. I'm not saying that we should put women down, but if you find yourself in that situation, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Because time operates. When time was brought into existence, divinity set a rule that as long as time remains, or earth remains, seed, time, and harvest will not cease. And so if you want a certain harvest, keep sowing the seed. You just keep pouring and keep pouring, keep pouring. Time is so genuine. Time is so genuine that if you sow a seed, the harvest is assured.
What